Hey, welcome back to another edition of Metaverse in the News. I'm Ed Harivon with Get Real, along with my co-founder Rob Merriles, talking about some of the headlines in the popular press this week that are driving adoption in immersive technology. Rob, I want to talk about a big headline this recent week coming out of Bloomberg, where supposedly there was a demonstration of a prototype of the long-awaited Apple mixed reality device for board members. Obviously, the rumor is loud and clear in the marketplace that Apple eventually is going to have a device that comes to market. It has a lot of different implications for a lot of the ways that people approach both hardware and software. Not a lot of details in this exact story now, but it seems like the project's getting closer to being a reality in the marketplace, and curious to get your thoughts on kind of what this all means and what this latest development means for Apple in immersive tech.
Sure. This story about Apple having a device, debuting a device, has been out there for years. It has been backed up by the fact that Apple has filed for a number of patents. They have made purchases of anything from collaborative platform like Spaces, which I think was well over a year ago now that was acquired. So there's been a Next VR, I think was another a platform that they paid about $100 million for, which was related to broadcasting sports in VR. So it's not just a rumor. It certainly seems that there has been lots and lots of actual facts along the way to back this up. And as you point out, this story from Bloomberg this last week that there was a demonstration of the device to the board members is it's a meaningful milestone along the way. What that means in terms of when such a device might be announced and then released is of course unclear. There are some that used to be the people would say Apple release within 18 months to 24 months. And then that continued and was still 18 months to 24 months as time would go on. You don't hear so much that time frame anymore. Now we're hearing a lot more frequently that it'll be sometime within the next year, might be by the end of the year that it's announced. There's some expectations that the video quality is just going to be stunning, but the price tag is going to be significantly higher than the dominant player of in the metaverse space right now, which is Metaverse, which is Meta's Oculus Quest, formerly Oculus Quest, now Meta Quest device, which is priced down here at $300 for virtual reality. That said, Facebook, Meta has another headset that's going to come out that I think they've indicated the price is going to be closer to between $800 and $1,000 related to their Project Cambria. So prices might be going up for some of the higher quality devices, but Apple coming into the marketplace will be a big thing when that happens. What's your perspective on it all?
Well, I mean, I think what I've heard it most referred to as the compares the watch, the iterative nature of the watch, where version 1, version 2, and here we are on version 6 or 7 of the watch. It keeps getting better, and it's kind of worked its way into people's lifestyle and their use patterns and become a big success for Apple. I wonder how that can happen at a $3,000 price point. I mean, we all know that millions of people line up day one to get anything from Apple because of the reputation and the quality of what it means to tech enthusiasts. $3,000 seems like that's a different type of user. So I'm interested to see how they can get through that iterative cycle, which what will surely be many different versions of the device until it ultimately reaches where it's of most use to people. But that said, like, I'm super excited about it. I'm excited about what it means for our business in terms of enterprise adoption. I'm excited what it means for when it gets into people's hands, that they have actually something that they'll be able to experience both virtual reality and augmented reality, perhaps in the same device. I think that opens up a lot of possibilities for creative people to think about, hey, how can I use this in my business or use this in my organization to help me, communicate better with my team, or to help market my products better. Like, so anything that gets it more on the tips of people's tongue, front of mind, of the technology is great. Apple's certainly, one of the best beacons of broadcasting that message. All the tie-ins potentially with other products, whether it be AirPods or other future unnamed different iterations of their own, whether it be phone, 5G technology as well. So I think it's something that's great to watch. It does seem like it's this big, always out there. So I'm not holding my breath anytime soon when I hear new Apple rumors, because I do think that they'll take their time to get it as right as they can the first time around. But certainly was heating up in the past week, and people who know a lot more than we do were talking about it. And so I think it's going to be interesting to watch.
I'll comment on one thing that you just made mention of, which is this rumored price point. So I've heard this rumor that the price is going to be $2,200, $2,500, more recently $3,000, and undoubtedly that's in part because of the trying to make the optics be, really high quality, high level experience. You're right, though, that the notion of a consumer, iPhones might cost $1,000 today, but they didn't cost $1,000 for the iPhone 1. And coming in with a consumer device priced up at that high level is, of course, a dramatic departure from where Apple traditionally has priced their, devices. So it's much more conducive to a corporate and enterprise market. That said, I still think there will be a very symbiotic interplay between corporate consumers and traditional consumers, and one will undoubtedly feed the other, and people will do whatever it takes to go, save $3,000 to have one of these devices at home, because it'll end up being all the rage. And those ideas, as you point out, will end up, furthering their creative aspirations in the workplace. The other thing that it's going to do when Apple comes out, it's going to create a flood of developers that will now develop to that platform, as has always been the case. And the apps, the mixed reality app store, whatever it is that they end up calling it, will be, a center of commerce for the metaverse. And that's exciting to me, to see all the additional software that's going to come into play, because Apple gets in on the hardware side.